Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fake Weather, the most watched, most trusted, most incredible weather broadcast in the history of meteorology, and frankly in the history of recording things generally. It is Sunday, June 28th, 2026, and today I am going to deliver what many experts are already calling the greatest single weather forecast ever made. I have heard this from many very smart people. From the scorching southwest to the frigid Pacific Northwest, nobody is going to explain this weather to you better than me. Nobody. It is not even close. Now I want to be completely serious with you here, because this next section matters. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a slight risk of severe thunderstorms today across northern Iowa and vicinity, extending mainly tonight into the Dakotas, where large to very large hail and severe damaging winds are the primary hazards. The National Weather Service and the Storm Prediction Center are monitoring this situation, and their advisories are the authoritative source for that region today. Now let's talk about the heat, folks, and what a heat situation it is. Tremendous. Maybe the greatest heat I have ever had the privilege of reporting. Phoenix is leading the nation well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, hotter than my opponents get when they find out I am up 20 points in the polls, and Dallas is right behind in the high 90s with a heat index well over 100, incredible numbers. Little Rock, Arkansas, where a certain crooked candidate once called home, is sweating through the mid-90s with a heat index likewise over 100, which honestly feels very appropriate for that particular zip code. Now across the rest of this magnificent, very large, extremely well-run country, New York and Boston are both sitting in the low 80s today, very pleasant, while Miami sits in the high 80s with a heat index over 100 and Atlanta cooks right up into the low 90s. Chicago, which is very badly run, very sad, is only making it into the low 70s, though the Storm Prediction Center is watching that whole area for possible storms rolling in this afternoon and tonight. Seattle is the coldest major city in the country today, sitting in the low 50s on the 28th of June, which is frankly not a very strong performance. Up north in our magnificent 51st state, the West Coast is sitting in the upper 60s, while Calgary is getting absolutely hammered by heavy rain, severe wind gusts, and a real thunderstorm threat today. And the prairies around Winnipeg are watching their own shower and storm risk, temperatures in the low 70s. Out east, Toronto is reporting 28 degrees Celsius, which is a completely made-up scale used by countries that are afraid of committing to real numbers, but in actual Fahrenheit, which is what successful nations use, that is 78 degrees. Montreal is logging 81 degrees Fahrenheit, though they insist on calling it 27 Celsius up there, which tells you everything you need to know about why Canada is going to be so much better off as our 51st state, and they will be. They absolutely will. And speaking of future acquisitions, let's check in on our 52nd state in waiting, the crown jewel of the entire North Atlantic, Greenland. Newark is coming in today with a high of 40 degrees Fahrenheit on June 28th, 40 degrees, which is less than the overnight low in Phoenix, and I think that says everything about why that island needs American management immediately. We are going to get there, folks, and when we do, it will be the greatest real estate transaction in the history of the world. Nobody even disputes this. And that, folks, is today's Fake Weather, the best forecast in the business, delivered by the best forecaster in the business, and that has never been more obvious than right now. If you enjoyed this tremendous broadcast, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel, because tomorrow's forecast is going to be even more incredible. I cannot wait to tell you about it. Stay tremendous out there, everybody, and we will see you right back here on Fake Weather, the #1 weather program. It is not even close.